Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be breaking down a 3-sound sample that I got placed on this million stream song.
Anytime can you fit the lamio? Every time when you go down I want to. Pray the blood that Jesus cover me. I thought that I could deny my own.
After I break it down, we're going to talk about why it got placed, why the sample works. I'm also going to show a few of the elements that I took out of the sample. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Quickly before we get into the video, if you guys want to be involved in a future video, click the link in the description to join my Discord. When you go to the Discord, I want you to go into the samples and beats section, and I want you guys to send me one stem from one of your samples, whether it's a counter melody, a chord progression, some vocal chops, perk loop, anything that you want. I want you to drop that in the Discord, and I'm going to be doing a special video with all your guys' melodies. So yeah, hit the link in the description, join my Discord, and hopefully you'll be in a video soon. Let's get back into the video. So the first sound is from Lounge Lizard. It's the blues comp preset. As you can see, the chords are very simple. We've got an F major chord to start with, then a G major chord, a C as a passing note, we've got an A minor chord, a D as a passing note, and then finally we've got an E minor chord, but the E is just pitched up an octave just to match up with the chord before. So without any effects on, it sounds like this. For the effects, I just started off with an EQ, cutting some low end and some of these mid-range frequencies, and then I added a very light spring reverb. Obviously, starting with 2 major chords is going to give a very melodic feel, and then the second 2 chords are minor, which is going to make it a bit more emotional, a bit more sad. If we just used major chords, it would be very happy, and that's not the vibe we went for. The second thing I can note with this chord progression is the little gaps in between. Because it's so simple, that really stands out. That helps to give the bounce before the drums are added. I've also strummed out the chords just so they're a bit more natural feeling. For the second sound, I opened up Lounge Lizard again. I chose the broken preset. I use this all the time, but I wanted to manipulate this sound to make it sound not like some keys, but more like a pad. So it's copying the same chords, they're placed slightly differently though. Without any effects on, it sounds like this. To start off the processing, I added this reverb. I chose the clean chorus preset, set the mix to about 50%. Then an EQ, cutting some low end out again. I added a chorus to make it a bit wider. And then this Valhalla delay, just for a little bit of texture. After that, I bounced it to audio because I wanted to process it again. As I said, I wanted to make it sound more like a pad. So first things first, I chopped it up and placed them slightly differently, as you can see. Then I started off by adding a kickstart, which makes it pulse, a halftime, another reverb, but this time it's a different type. And then finally an EQ, cutting some low end, cutting some high end as well. Even though it's only 2 sounds, you can already hear a pocket. Like I said, with the gaps in the first set of keys and then the way I've chopped this second one, it's creating a bounce. Different things are coming in at different times. There's pockets of silence. And then finally, I added this guitar, just a little counter melody. This guitar is from the Evolution Strawberry Contact Bank. It has a really good wah preset inside the bank. This is what it sounds like dry with just the wah on. For the effects on the guitar, I started off with this Bias Effects guitar amp. It's the Between Us preset. Then I added this EQ, cutting low end out, and these mid-range frequencies. A chorus to make it super wide. I've added both presets here. A delay, again, this helps with the width because I've set it to ping pong. It's actually pretty light. And then finally, a room reverb. So those are the 3 elements of the sample that I ended up sending out. There were some extra things that I did add originally, but I ended up taking them out in the end. The first thing I took out was this perk loop. I knew this was going to be an Afro sample, but keeping this in would kind of influence the other producer's drums, and I didn't necessarily want to do that. I wanted to give the other producer full creative control and do what they wanted to do. So this is what it would have sounded like. I do like to use perk loops in my samples, but I felt like on this one, it was forcing the other producer to do something. It was forcing them down a certain route with the drums. And like I said, I didn't want to do that, so I just took it out. And the last element that I ended up taking out was these horns. I think I actually muted this and took it out before I'd really finished what I was going to do. Because when I started adding it, I thought, no, this is just doing too much. I'm just doing stuff for the sake of it. Going back to what I just said about doing things for the sake of it, I feel like producers tend to do that sometimes. We get very caught up in what other producers are doing. We're hearing so many different sounds in their samples. There's a time and a place for that, definitely, but with this one, I knew it wasn't going to fit. I found myself adding the perk loop, adding the trumpets just to kind of flex my muscles as a producer, when really it wasn't what the sample needed at all. And I definitely feel like if I'd have kept those things in and sent it out, the song wouldn't exist. I feel like it wouldn't have got placed. If you listen to the song, the other producer Tempo, he actually added melodic elements too, which really filled out the song, some transitions and stuff like that. The final thing that I did was pitch it down by 2 semitones on the master with a sound shifter. So the final sample, it sounds like this. Sometimes I think, oh, my sample sounds too empty, I need to add this and that, but really it's just the vocals that are missing, obviously the drums too. I think the two absolutely essential things for making a good sample are good sound selection and good melodies. As you saw, the chords are so simple, but they just work. They have a solid melody that an artist can sing over, and I think most importantly, they suit the vibe perfectly. I knew I was making an Afro sample, and I knew these chords would fit perfectly for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one.